I think I've done it. Okay. I gotta make sure I did it. It's been a while. I think I've done it. Hey, okay. Mute that. Don't need that anymore. That headset back on. Alright, this is GG Reactor here. And we've got a little stream today. So, first off, thank you for stopping in, MK Sup. Before the chat kicked off, I should respond to that. Hit him back with a hi. I should have said hi and then the name, because now it's just a random hi. So this is the map of Fallout New Vegas. I pulled this from, I believe it was on the wiki, and it was really detailed, and so detailed enough that I could actually see a good outline of the roller coaster that we're going to be rebuilding today. So this is El Diablo from Fallout New Vegas. And I already kind of scaled it up pre-stream just because that part takes a while sometimes. Like, just to show you why that could be is, so I centered it more towards the middle of the map. That's just what all these center ones is, moving the overlay around. Transparency, the scale really, fortunately, just it's pretty spot on. The more I try to deviate from this, the more it'll either be like a little too small or a little too big, but I do feel like it could be a little smaller. And this is the amount of so it says every 1 foot is 1 pixel. So like if every 1.05 feet was a pixel, because it's a big map, you'll see that's a big difference. But we should be able, let's see, 005. I wouldn't mind getting it before we start. Just make sure it really is like as close as I can get it to that same scale. I feel like that's close, but it's still not quite. No, it's still not there. It's still not there. Could use a little more. Go down and scale just a little bit more. I think that seems, it'll be a little easier. Oh, so I should mention, I'm on. You can't. Can you see my? Sorry, It's been. I haven't ever streamed solely off the computer. I didn't know if you could see my cursor. So you can't see the cursor. There's a video up here. I haven't really played or mentioned yet. It is the Thomas Explorers. He did a video where he ran around and commentated on the entire roller coaster, and it is extremely useful to me throughout this process because I currently don't have. Well, I have a copy of New Vegas, but it's on Steam, and I'm on Mac at the moment, and I have a 360, just no copy. But I have been playing through some Fallout 3 to get a Fallout 3 versus real life content, like the video made up. But yes, this should be playing in the corner. I'm gonna make sure it is. Yes, okay. So I'm thinking once we get through this section bit, I should be able to kind of eye it a little more on if it's actually like to any sort of scale. Spoiler alert, there is no lift hill. So if we do it like truly 1-to-1, it's not going to work. It's just going to roll out of the... I mean, we'll do it. We'll do it. Because it would... It won't take but a moment to see what that does. But it's not going to work. So that looks like it would be about the station area, I believe. Yeah, it really, in this video, you can see the station is extremely small. It's so, and there's only one car that is the train. I tried to 3D model it, import the custom train. Didn't work out. If I make a video about this, I'll probably include some screenshots of that or something. So I decided to go with a 4-seat wooden coaster with 2 cars because I don't really have it set up where well, all right, so the other car is essentially these two, but one long car. And I can't, yeah. If if we've got a programmer that could make that more possible to actually simulate that, but so we are gonna go with, since it is an 8-car train and on El Diablo, or an 8-seat train on El Diablo, we'll go with 2 4-seater cars, and fortunately they just have the brake in the middle, so it can actually, it doesn't just brake. It doesn't just not, I don't know how it would, I believe at some point in the video he goes up to the train. I think. Yes. Yes, so that's the train. So instead, I went with a long, I went with 2 individual trains instead of one long train, just because I don't have those assets available to me. And when I did try, it doesn't sit on the track. And it'll take time for me to learn how to actually make custom trains if I get that determined. But yes, that is that Thomas Explores video that we will be referencing throughout this. Let's get started. So this is going to be the station area. It looks like it's probably 20 feet. Maybe 25 feet off the ground. So I'll select both of those. I'll just select them one at a time, set it specifically. So the X will be 25 feet on both of those. Or Y. Y. Okay. And now, fortunately, since we have the overlay of the map, when I planned on doing the stream, I had decided to just make the roller coaster and look at the video, but then I realized I could import this overlay. I'm gonna add some vertexes. Now there is a thing called FVD. It's Force Vector Design, and it lets you make the designs more so based off of the forces. So essentially you would be putting in formulas to make a path that the train would take rather than actually drawing it, is my understanding. I haven't gotten extremely experienced with that. Yeah. Not good at that stuff, but I like drawing roller coasters. And that's what this feels like. Painting roller coasters. A happy little roller coaster that we're making right now. Okay, so I probably moved it side to side some. It's gonna get reworked a lot. So if I move something and I don't fix it immediately, I promise you I'm not gonna leave it. Okay, so right now I can set up the type separator to actually get this known as a station and insert a vertex right here to keep that actually straight with the station. You can also do a strict, which will make it like a straight line all the way to that point. And X is, let's just do 203 because it was really close. Not that. That was the wrong one. Negative 128.3. And this one, the Z will be negative 128.3. Just to make sure that that is actually just the straight line. Okay. Hi, MK Sup. Welcome in. You changed the name. There's been an addition to the name. I like it. Is it like a clan tag? So it's immediately going to go up out of the station. So the only way to rationally fix, I think, at least from looking at this video, it looks like it immediately, yes, it is inclining ever so slightly up out of the station. So we're going to have a little bit of giddy up as soon as we get out of this. So we'll change this section type. Hey, cool. That's nice. There should be, okay, transport device. I want to put the linear induction motors on it, which you might know is like a magnetic launch. I want to put that on there. But I think just for keeping it as one-to-one as we can initially, just keeping it as true as possible, we're definitely going to have to add some speed because it's not going to go up as soon as it goes out of the station without. So it's gonna have some launching friction tires, which is not a thing. I don't, that's okay. It's gonna have to be linear induction motors. Like that's the only way. I'm pretty sure that's the only way. That would be a lot of wear and tear on tires. So it looks like it's coming out to here. And we'll also fix the roll on all this, which it appears the roll is set to 0 throughout most of all of it, which I love. That makes things easy. It less enjoyable in real life, but more enjoyable to watch, I'm sure. I think it'll be fun. Like the actual POV of it, part of it. I think that'll be a good time. So it dives down a little bit. Not quite a dive, just it's probably about 15 feet above the ground throughout all of this portion. So set all those Y's to 15. There we go. Okay. All these we set to 15. That one's not okay. I want to make sure because it goes down maybe not very fast, maybe like 20 degrees. Oh, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Is if I just get here. Unfortunately, they let you change the field of view. So I think right now he's standing. Let's see where he walks up. The front of the station in the... Okay, so that's actually in the turn some. Probably like right here. Okay. Now, it's going to take me just a moment to remember... Oh. To make sure I didn't just break everything. Nope, still looking good. Alright. So, there is a way I'm like 99% sure on PC it's page up and page down. Well, I am on a MacBook and I don't have those buttons. But I know I have an equivalent. I have something just like it, but I don't know what it is. We'll just drag. That's, you know, sometimes that's all you can do. And it's a little more visual. Definitely how I started. Probably the first 100. Gosh, I've been using this program and the predecessor my entire life, and it not not fully, not the main focus. I promise you. So don't skill level ain't that high, or I'd actually be doing this. Well, that I also I worry about the job market for that because it's a big job, it's a really expensive job, and there's only a certain amount that are made every year. So I feel like it's more realistic to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like compared to the amount of people that actually get to have their stamp of approval on designing a roller coaster, I feel like there's just not that many. That was the initial dream. It really was. Big old turn right here. And we picked up a lot of speed right back here. This is all lift hill. Well, okay, so when you go forward in the video, it doesn't, there's no chain. So we're gonna have to deviate from 1-to-1 and put in the chain. I think I could actually build the supports for this roller coaster. That would be like an 8-hour stream in itself, probably. But instead of just auto-generating supports, if people wanted to see it, really, my biggest issue is I'm not a 3D modeler, so I can't make all of the other assets. But yeah, so there was no lift hill. This thing's tall. This thing's really tall. I need to look up how tall it is. How did I not do that research beforehand? Because I have a feeling it's not going to be not something that's immediately answered. It does not appear. Okay. Well, it's based off of Desperado. Surrounding Buffalo Bills. So how tall is Desperado? 209 feet. Perfect. That sounds like... Okay. Hold up. That... How did I do this? What did I just do? Okay. Use caution when clicking off of another window. And delete. Okay, I added a vertex. 209 feet. So this thing is gonna go up. Does it? That, I mean, yeah. I mean, I give that like $150, but maybe 100 feet right there. But for scaling purposes, it's very, yes, oh, goodness. I feel like that's probably like 130 feet. Let's see how it looks. Because I know for sure we'll be at the base of this turn. Be at the base of this turn. And we'll be looking up at it from here. These lines, that's actually just the speed comb. You can also get like your G-force comb. It shows you. So right now it's not on the incline, and it has that additional force. So there is a bit of, yeah. But we're gonna set it up to that initial incline. Probably just do that real quick. Okay. We do have the speed, so that's good. That should definitely be going up just ever so slightly. This feels so wrong. This doesn't feel right. It just feels so dirty. Alright. And now, so going, alright, let's start from the beginning. We went through that, went up a little bit. Looks like the upwardness carries through some of the turn. Here we go. And then it's gonna just swoop down. Oh, that's a steep. That's at least a 45-degree incline. That is steep. Okay. This should be about in line with where its return track is returning at. So like right there. It should be. There we go. Should be coming from a little lower, I think. Okay. I'll make sure that's still. Oh, I lost it. It was right there. I gotta set that to a higher contrast for a second. Not higher, just a. I already maxed out the contrast on it, kind of, before I imported it. Okay, yeah, that's the path it's. Well. Yes, that's definitely still the path it's taking. It's definitely, it might have actually been about 130 is going to be too high. It might actually be about 100. 100 feet. That still feels. But it should also be curving more by that point. Which one? Okay, that's that one. I'm going to insert another. Okay. Lots of undos. Okay. There we go. Cannot. Gotta change perspective. That's the hill, right? I'm just trying to get the rough height before I actually start trying to flatten it and make it look like more perfect. Wouldn't mind one quick run up the lift hill real quick. So I mean, I don't have to worry about perfection. No strictness on the lift hill, like on the straightness of the chain and such. And it'll come up here. And I want to see where it goes down. There we go. Arguably went up a bit steeper than it's going down. But it gets down to the bottom just short of in time where it starts going up for the curve. I gotta change the music. There we go. Okay. So this should go to about the corner before. I should actually think the thought before I try to say it. It should get to about the corner where it's gonna really actually get to the bottom of its descent, and it's gonna start turning immediately. So really, like, just right out before the corner. It would help to see it from the side. I need to see if there's an angle of it from the side to actually get that part well done. Okay, check it from track view real quick. And we'll start going up right there. I feel like the scale, I can't tell if the scale is good. I think so, because there was, like, it wasn't a huge pre-run or whatever you'd call it, but it was a, it did go across, like, this entire way, And then, so looking up at that from here, though, I have an idea of how big that is, but now that feels small. Actually, it is small. Okay. And it immediately starts going down. Move them from this way so I don't mess up the other coordinates. Got like a 45-degree lift. That is definitely a 45-degree lift. And then like a 30-degree drop. I think. Let's play the video and see how it looks. I'll probably do this like 10 times, but I shout out to Thomas Explores for I'd reached out in the comments on this video asking if I could reference this throughout this stream, and he was kind enough to allow me to do so. I currently don't have New Vegas. I won't keep re-explaining that. I own a copy. I just can't play it. That music's getting intense. Might lose the music. Let's lose the music. So it does appear it's gonna just come straight up here. It's gonna go down at it's a pretty slight, just a very, it's not like a steep drop by any means. The lift hill, I need to check out the perspective of it. Actually, if I set that first, now it'll be more accurate. Because I know it wasn't a straight lift hill. Anyways. Nope. Okay, that's... I want to add one right here. Right in front of my face. There we go. I want that one to go just ever so slightly that way. Okay. Something's up right there. That doesn't feel right. Yeah, because it doesn't have... It shouldn't be... It should be a lot more gradual. Okay, so it goes down there. Gradually. And it goes through here. Up to the top. A little bit. Okay, so it was fine that it was moving to the right when we got up to the top. Because it looks like it did exactly that. Like it's still staying straight in the grand scheme of the roller coasters. Like when you look at it from the map view, it's still making a really straight run. But it does have... I wonder if that looks more like it now. Like with that... Oh, I'm going the opposite direction somehow, though. I see it trying to happen. Okay. I'm not going the opposite direction. It's right there, and this one's just too far over. So yeah, I mean, it is going the opposite direction, but it's... And that one... Then it does have a decently straight bit right there. I'm not sure if I reflected that at all. Actually, where I put in that deviation was a straight bit. There we go. That feels a lot better. So it kind of goes over. And then as soon as we get up top, yeah, it has that like right pull to it. Okay. So we need to go down 30 degrees. I think. Okay, gotta go down about 30 degrees. And this got off a little bit, I think. Okay. So that about 30 degrees. If I did in slow mode. Oh. Okay. Definitely needs to go out a little bit further. Or actually, it just needs to drop faster. Yeah, because that's about a... That's not even that steep of a drop yet. Oh, it's also getting really close to... I'm taking it really close to the ground right there. That's probably part of what's causing that. Okay. That looks a little more proper. I should have never added that first roll. I don't think it would have changed anything though. I think they're all just gonna... Hopefully that one strict will keep it strict, but I'm not positive. It's been a while. Okay, so that goes up a bit quicker. Bit quicker than that. Those are some G-forces right there. That red indicates pain. Essentially. If you translate it, it means pain. See, I think at the beginning of the video, it was over in this direction. Okay, so it kind of comes up and over. Then it'll start going down. Looks like we're taking that path. I think this is where it's Yeah, it starts going above the building. Then it'll come around this way. I don't want to get too much. It would be nice though, because it would help with scaling the rest of it a lot. If I at least get the top down bits visible. Is that it? I feel like I jumped the track somewhere. Maybe not, actually, because there's one path going through this way, and then the next return is that way, and yeah, okay, no, that's actually... You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't want to get overwhelmed, so I didn't want to, like, take in the full scope of the project, so, like, I made it... I looked at it and made sure it seemed like it was like, I could do that. Like, 'cause, you know, like, I've made a lot of roller coasters in here. But no, I didn't expect it to actually be... That's, So now we just gotta shape it all up. I mean, because it really... That'll be the, Why is there a station over there? Oh, it moved my tile separator. Did it? Oh, yeah, it's because everything is... It's all station. Always has been. Uh-oh, now it's all not station. Okay. Idea. Type track. Type station. That's how we do that. Okay. So I need to add... Because it broke my station. The station is no longer straight. There we go. That's fair enough. I built everything extremely high. Everything new was built extremely way up there. Which is kind of fine because a lot of this is actually way up there. Now, did this actually go across onto the ground? It doesn't look like it... It doesn't look like it would have. So this is where that return track... Not return. I mean, it's just part of the circuit. Where that track is going through. How do I don't see it now. But I do... Oh. That's because that one's this one. What am I doing? Okay. There we go. Take all those down. Like it would have had a decent dive right there. Not that decent. I really need to... Well, I almost left editor. Keybind. No. Raise. Adjust the axis. Telemetry interface. No. Oh well. I can't remember how to go up and down. Very unfortunate. Out of every bit of thing that I was prepared for, the most basic one. I remember it took me forever to figure it out the first time too. And it's been a couple of months, probably close to 6 months since I've really worked on a roller coaster on here. Yeah, it needs to be way down by the time it gets there. Very, very gently. We're just going perspective mode. That'd probably be that's the ideal way. Well, really the right or top down view is most ideal for me. Generally. Right now it's a little weird. Just because I'm not usually working off of a reference. But I guess I still could keep that workflow. I mean, yeah, if I just... Because now it was lined down, or lined up in the top. Now, that'll bring it back down. Towards the end here. Hey, welcome back, MK Sup. I just dropped my thing. Oh, so it actually came from this direction. That's perfect. So this part is fallen. It's fallen onto the ground. But regardless, it was only about the same height as like that area. Tops. Okay. So think that I mean it's this part is kind of up to the imagination, I think, because it's on the ground. It has broken over time. But I imagine it would have just went down from that curve. I mean, it really looks like it was about in line with that curve. So this curve is entirely way too high already. Bring that down, be about 25, 30 feet. See how that looks. Yeah, it should be the same height as the station, just about. And then from there, it actually goes down quite a bit on these. I'm not sure how many angles I get of that back run, but while I can see it, I'm gonna lower all that. I can't do it. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll come over here and do it this way. Just line it back up on this. It still it does deviate a little bit. Okay. Not sure where it was. Where did it go through the building? Was it around in the front bit there and I just didn't realize the whole time? Ah, yes, it's just very low compared to it. You can kind of see it in the bottom right of the video. Okay, so it's way down there. That makes this part pretty easy. Make sure I didn't. I did. There we go. I did. Messed up all the alignments. Much better. My goodness, from that top-down view, I know it's got a lot of speed on it, but there's no angle on any of the track. That's what really made me want to make this video. Honestly, like make this stream, was that there's no bank angle. So I feel like it's just gonna look so silly. It's gonna be a wild ride. So that goes straight through right there. Oh yeah. That feels almost right. It's a little too high on that end. Wrap around to this end and see where it comes from. Pretty high up. At the very end of that section, it's like right by the building. It's really close to the building. Like the building's height. I mean, which is, I'd probably say about 60 feet in comparison to all this other stuff. So this needs to start from pretty far back, I think. And then we'll see how that lines up with the other view. Because this may be it. Okay. Take the track over there. It's up the hill. Didn't do that part yet. I gotta fix all that. But from right here ish, that track should be over a bit more. That's just perspective though. I'm guessing. Or this needs to be over a bit more. Oh, and a lot higher. Okay. So this, I'm going to try to get that curve fixed first. Whichever one this one is. Not that one. This one is. Okay, it'll be this. And now you should be able to see what this is going to look like. Okay, because that's going to be way under. Extremely lots lower than it is right now. There we go. And there we go. Get rid of all those ugly red lines, except the ones that are just natural. And now see where this is gonna go. I say natural because they're gonna happen because this track is not banked by design, and that's beautiful. Every roller coaster everywhere needs to ride a not, you know what I'm trying to say. Everyone needs to ride a not banked roller coaster at least once in their life. Probably not. Probably not. Unless it spins. That's a good alternative. If it's not going to be banked, as long as it spins, all those forces will go somewhere. Okay, and it needs to be actually a bit more flat at the top. I think I'm going to have to add some vertices. Because that initial corner is, I think, it just makes this look like it's not doing what it does in the video. All right. So that's where we are right now. Kind of lines up. A little higher on that. Okay. And now it has like a little pump fake drop. Like it starts going down, and then it really goes down. So we need to start going down. That's what it was missing. That is what it was missing right there. And then it really goes down. Add another strict 0 roll. Okay. There is a little bank right here, though. I should give credit where credit's due. Maybe we'll just make beyond this point and before this point unbanked for now. Because right here, there is a little bit of curvature. We'll give it 15 degrees. Then it kind of keeps that curvature. Which way is he going down? He's going the other way. Kind of keeps that curvature through the drop a little bit. Okay. Remove the roll right there. And then it's going to be fairly flat and pretty close to the ground. For sure. There we go. Now, was it really that far sideways? It was. Now, was it just because it fell or because... No, this curve definitely was built to go beyond and then to come back in some. But it goes like all the way to the ground. I'd assume it was at least like 10 feet above the ground initially. Maybe 12. Do another 12 feet there. And see we can do here. Right now, fortunately, this is all straight on the z-axis. So I'm just going to copy that first one. Oh, not on the z-axis, on the x-axis. 135.8. So make sure, because it does look, it looks perfectly straight in the video. 135.8. This is going to need to roll. There we go. Two right there. I was wondering what was going on. That's a lot. That's a lot too much. This is way too high. This whole portion is way too high. But now it just doesn't look right. Because that's how it goes into it. I guess no, it's not too high. It just looks like it. Maybe that part's just a little too low. It also goes down a lot more before it even gets to that point. Maybe we'll lower it just a little bit. Because now it just doesn't match up. Because it was like that. I remember that part looking pretty much just like that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, so it was about like that. And this part was a little, it looks like it was still pretty high. And then it goes down. The front of the building, that's just a one parabolic curve. A little less than parabolic. Maybe that's where I'm messing up. It needs to be further out. It needs to come up to it kind of more so traditionally and then cut way down. Little ejector airtime right there. And then it just went to the corner. That part needs to be straightened up. Okay. Comes down, smashes into the corner. A big, big corner. Looks like a big, big, long, straight run after that. Literally. Okay. Okay, so the big, long, straight run. And that goes, and it stays that until it starts going up as it comes out of this. Kind of peaks a little bit. Crest. And give it a little more. I'll freeze it and see how it goes. Well, it's not to ride it yet, because I don't have a lift on it. But just to see what it's looking like. That little car, I don't think it's gonna make it. I probably should have left extra station room. Part, I feel like it would have went a little lower. Especially because you can't see all the supports on the ground. Maybe I'm grabbing a roll. I think that's why I couldn't move it. I just don't see how it could go all the way to the ground. But I think it's gonna need to. At least really close to it. Because there's no supports showing on the ground. It really just needs to go up from right about there. Okay. Think I like that. But it does keep the same sort of essence. And maybe scrappers took the wood, you know? There we go. Alright, so it's gonna need a lift too. Add a type separator and another. And a brake run would be ideal, so we'll assume that that was in part of... We won't put that in yet, but I'll leave it there for when we need it. Definitely gonna need a lift. Not sure if I can make it invisible. Okay, I think I can. Do a 6 mile an hour lift. Chain lift. Now, how much does it curve down? Doesn't. Going up into the station. Now, this entire side piece is entirely too high still. Okay. I think it's... I would like a fair disclaimer that it is intentionally more so like it looks in the game, rather than being a smooth roller coaster. I remember that little bit of bank track. It's probably more of it than I'm giving it credit for. So we'll see what we catch. If I had let's see. Welcome in. Let's see. It looks like I went away from that at some point. So hopefully that'll actually help a bit, because it gave us a little extra room that yeah. I feel like the run-up track was a little bit more straight. I think, no, because I keep thinking that and it's not. Just not. Okay. Does go straight over that hill. It reminds me of the Beast at King's Island, alright? Very long straight section. Lots of no roll. More not rolling. Looks like they have a little bit right there. Gotta give credit where credit's due. It should be coming up into the turn. And in this part, it should go and do about that. Okay. So it goes from far further down to the ground. Be far closer to the ground. There we go. That's that bottom section we're working on. And see. Yeah, I mean, it was on the ground, practically, all that is. Which ground level has been kind of indicated by that other piece right there. Okay. It'll look a lot better with support, so I might as well generate those real quick. Also, it's not gonna be it's gonna be a white coaster right now. Rails. I don't know how to make brown. That's unfortunate. I think it's like that, right? Somewhere in there. Hopefully that works. 100 red, 66 green, 10 blue. Close enough. Okay, so that's the spline, cross ties, supports. Oh wait, I can just hit recent. Easy work. Catwalks, recent. Tunnel, recent. Handrails, recent. Car. I think it was black. We'll go with like a dark gray. seat. El Diablo. I'm not sure what color the seat was, but we'll go with the dark red. Harness, bright orange for visibility. The bogies will be silver. Chassis will be very dark. Spline color scheme is standard. Okay, freeze. Creating track. Looks like a roller coaster. Yes, okay. Now leave editor, save changes. Make sure this part still works on screen. Looks like it is. Yes, that was partially expected because it goes up in the game. It goes up immediately out of the station. And I thought I gave it enough speed, but I didn't. Oh, I remade the station. That's why. We'll give it 2 Gs of acceleration. A little kick. Freeze that. Okay. Leave editor, save, play. This is what... Does it just not work? It got to the lift hill and it applied brakes. Fortunately, we don't have to tweak the track, so we don't have to regenerate the wood or anything. I just need to be able to click on that. Probably would help if I just regenerated with that. There we go. Okay. Has anti-rollback device. Maybe it's because it's probably because I put no type. I was trying to hide it because it doesn't show in New Vegas. Save the changes, play, fingers crossed. That's the moral of the story. We have E-stop. I believe that was just a natural, not gonna happen stop right there at the end. Wow, so that little car... Alright, physically the little car will get the job done. I want to ride it again. I feel like now I just need... Well, no, because I want to be able to just sit there and ride it maybe like 2 or 3 times in a row. You know what I mean? Like just hop on the ride and there's no line. You get to ride again. That's ideal. But I got to make sure it's gonna stay within the bounds of reason. And not overshoot the station and become the true El Diablo. Okay, type, separator. Right? I clicked on it. Section. Oh, that's on me. Okay, so brake, block brake, deceleration is gonna have to be like 5 Gs. But let's see what 2 Gs does. We don't have to run it to see what it does. We can just make sure it works in this view. Should be... This is the left view. So this should show it over here. Right here. Speed comb. There it is. Okay, so that's a little heavy on the brakes. We can get the job done though. I believe. Right? Because that should be... It's still estimating 20 miles an hour right here. How's the speed limit? Okay, the speed limit here should be like... like 20 miles an hour, honestly. I mean, yeah. Perfect. Block brake, complete stop. I would do a complete stop if it didn't go up right here. Alright, so freeze that. And no limits 2 should have sound. I didn't realize before that was on. So while the ride was riding, that might have been really loud. Yes, it would have been. We don't need that much of a kick. That part's just ruining. That's ruining the... That's the most unrealistic part of the whole thing. So we'll do 0.8 Gs of acceleration. And that should just gently get it up to speed. With the length of the train, I think it should hit it by the time it gets out of the station. Arguably could have went with a lot less there. Probably 0.5 Gs. Just a very... Because I don't want it. It's not intended to be a launch as much as it's just that the initial roller coaster goes that fast. The other one. So this just makes it more, hopefully a little more smooth. On this part that still gives it, yes, that push it needs to get over that coaster. Oh my goodness, it worked. Okay. Now I want to save that. Okay, so I've got that saved as its own little package. And now clear those generated supports. This corner needs a little bit of roll to it. at least. Add in those supports. Wooden generator. Generate final. Yes. Bent spacing. Shouldn't be any bent spacing. Vertical slope. Terrain settings. We'll change grass to dirt. I should have done that before I even started. Okay. Now freeze the coaster. Leave the editor, save the changes, play. Oh wait. Wait a minute. I don't want to sit there and wait between cycles. Wait time 2 seconds minimum. 2 seconds maximum. 4 seconds. Deviation 1 second. Freeze. Leave the editor. Save it. Play it. You know, I was extremely happy with the final product until that last bit. Once we got to that last long stretch, that roll was certainly not one of Grandma's rolls. One of the fucking biscuits. I don't know. I don't know. Please, just add a roll. That's all I want to do. That's all I really want. Just to add that roll right there. There we go. No roll. No roll. Save. Generate those supports. After I command est for the save. For clarity. We did get the save. Generate those. You gotta click the button. Freeze that. Command S. Command W. I should have just went with my gut. I knew it was gonna be all text. It didn't work. Play. See how it goes. The final run. Maybe. This is actually me. for an upcoming video. By the way, I wanted to have it as part of the video. That part was kind of cool looking, but not in the game. A lot of that wasn't. Well, the supports aren't accurate. Because it's just triangular supports on the main roller coaster. But yes, this is the coaster. I'll watch it a couple more times. Cool stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to stream this specifically because it's hard to, I'm still learning how to accurately, like, give a good amount of detail in things that I'm making and stuff. This is one that I knew I was going to go back and forth and rework a lot, because that's just how the coaster building experience goes for me. And, yeah, I hope you enjoy the ride. Rough redesign of a rough ride, if I say so myself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that may be. I'll keep you posted, I promise you that. And there's still gonna be often videos, very common videos. Maybe some Marvel Rival streams. I'm indulging a little bit if I say so myself. Right.